Connecting with your breath and letting your breath be natural. And when we say natural, the moment we put attention towards breath, it is already moving. So be as easy flowing in your breath as possible for right now. The moment we put attention in one direction, it is already manipulating. So we letting go, whatever there is, connecting to yourself, bringing awareness towards yourself, collecting all what is spread out, this constant observing, controlling, analyzing, bringing your awareness in. Let all happening what is outside of this realm, bring it in. We are so afraid to come inward. We are so afraid to, oh, maybe we lose something. Maybe we are not aware of something. And it is the opposite around. The more you allow yourself coming home, being in, it is this idea we shouldn't be egoistic, we call this, when we focus on self. And it is, again, the other way around. The more you sense yourself, you feel yourself, the less we crave, the less we are needy for attention, for something from the outside, as we realize it's all in here. And all what we need is coming just at the right moment. Maybe not what we want in this moment. It is coming. It is here. So connecting with your breath and letting this breath become fuller and deeper, focusing 2-3 centimeters below your belly button. When you're inhaling, this belly is moving forward, your chest, the side of your ribs, between your shoulder blades. With your exhaling, sucking this belly in towards your spine and internally lifting it up gently towards your heart. Inhaling for 2, 3, 4, 5, pause. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Bringing this belly button inward, lifting it internally, activating Mula Bandha. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round. Inhaling 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. Releasing this guiding breath. Can you feel any change, any subtle difference in your body when you're bringing your awareness in? Maybe you realize you are more aware anyway of what is surrounded. Bringing your arms on your side, sweeping your arms over your head, crossing with your ankles, bringing your palms of your hands together, interlacing your fingers and releasing your shoulders. Breath. Inhaling, releasing your hands, opening your arms, releasing your right hand towards the floor, bending your elbow, reach with your left arm over your head, lengthening your arm, seat, left seat, pressing down, shoulder far away from your ear. Lengthening your arm, Rachel, a tiny bit more. Can you stretching out a tiny bit more? Inhaling, bringing your left hand on top of your right knee, lifting your right arm towards the ceiling, finding this gentle twisting. So from your sternum, you're gazing in line with your fingers, a gentle twist in your torso, in your rib cage. One more inhaling, letting yourself rising. Exhaling, planting your right hand on top of your left knee, rounding your spine. So your belly button pushing back, your shoulders opening between your shoulder blades. Warming up your heart meridian in your arms. Inhaling, arms on hands on your knees, squeezing your shoulder blades and letting yourself arching forward. Inhaling back into your neutral, arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head. Your other wrist comes in front, turning your hands towards each other. And from here, you're releasing your shoulders. Pressing your hands into each other, feeling this gentle touch of yourself. This is you. This warmth in your hands. This flow of energy in your arms. Maybe your hips getting a tiny bit funky from sitting. Remembering you practice yoga to find comfort in meditation, in sitting. When you feel cross sensations, breathe even deeper. Inhaling, opening your arms, releasing your left hand, bending your elbow, reach with your right arm over your head. Pinky finger, want to turn towards the floor. Pinky finger is this small one, bringing towards the floor, making sure you do not folding forward. You stay in one plane. This is praise. Where is your breath? With your inhaling, your lengthening. Exhaling, you soft. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling, softening your right hand on top of your left knee, turning torso facing your left knee, lifting your left arm towards the ceiling, shoulder releasing, gentle twist in your torso. One more inhaling, letting yourself rising from your seat. Exhaling, left hand on top of your right knee, rounding your spine, your belly button pushing back, opening between your shoulder blades, warming up your heart meridians. Inhaling, bringing your hands on top of your knees, arching your spine and squeeze these shoulder blades together. Inhaling back into your neutral, arms over your head with your inhaling, shoulders coming down. Exhaling, opening up, lifting your shoulders, bring them forward, roll them back and down, forward, back and down. One more time, forward, back and down, bringing your fingertips towards your side, releasing your right ear, right shoulder. Inhaling, neutral, left ear, left shoulder. Inhaling, back neutral. One more time, right ear, right shoulder. With your right arm reaching around, finding the left side of your head, opening your left arm towards the side, spreading your fingers wide. And then you're turning your left palm of your hand into your back, pushing your left hand. So you want to pushing your hand back to find this nice little sweet spot in your neck. You can give yourself a bit of a stretching. Inhaling gently, releasing, letting your arms spreading towards your side, fingertips, left ear towards your left shoulder. Stay with your right, left arm, finding the right side of your head, giving yourself a gentle pull. Inhaling your arm, lifting up towards your side, palm of your hand facing forward. And then you're turning your palm of your hand around into your back, and your arm reaches into your back. So you find this sweet little spot in your neck, very individual, where you can find this spot. Inhaling, release, reaching forward from your hands, rolling over your knees, finding your tabletop, knees, hip widths apart, hands under your shoulders, giving yourself a couple of cat-cow breathing. So you're inhaling, lifting your heart, exhaling, rounding your spine. Inhaling, lifting your heart, rolling back your shoulders. Exhaling, your belly button pushes towards your spine, rounding. Inhaling, one more time, curling your toes under, and with your knees lifted up, giving yourself a moment, pushing forward, pushing back. Knees sliding over the floor, warming your arms, warming your wrists, your shoulders. Lifting your seat, find your first downward facing dog, paddling your feet. Rolling back shoulders, spreading fingers wide. Your neck is long, your spine is long. Inhaling, bending your knees, come in your child pose. Arms reaching around, finding your toes, forehead meeting the floor. Resting your forehead. Making yourself very small, soft, gentle. Remembering child pose is always available when you need to rest, when you need to slow down. Tucking your tailbone in, rolling up your spine, vertebra for vertebra, your shoulders rolling back and down, arms on your side, reach with your arms over your head. Exhaling, pushing your seat, belly meets your spine, lengthening your arms, planting your hands onto the floor, come into your cat, curling your toes, lifting your seat, in your downward facing dog, stepping your feet together, lifting your right leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling,
lengthening, staying square with your hips. Bending your knee towards your chest, rounding your spine. Inhaling, you stay in your down dog, lifting your legs so you don't want to come into your high plank. You want to working your core, you're bending your knee, rounding your spine, your knee meets your nose. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, knee meeting your nose, rounding. You don't want to come in your high plank. Inhaling. One more time, exhaling, wow. Inhaling, lifting up, gazing between your hands, bending your knees, stepping your right foot between your hands in your long runner's lunge. When this is difficult, come onto your knees, using your blocks when you need, fingers, or on your blocks, opening your chest, inhaling. Exhaling, swinging your right foot back over your head, bending your knee, opening your hip, pointing with your knee towards your ceiling. Letting your knee guiding you, so you're bringing your knee back into your neutral position, reaching with your right foot under your left, taking a big step towards the side, planting your right hand under your face, lifting yourself up, flipping open, breathe. Exhaling with your left elbow, you want to needling under your right, gazing over your right shoulder. Inhaling, lifting yourself up, opening up 2 more times. Exhaling, always you can releasing your knee to help to support you. Inhaling, opening up. Exhaling, twisting. 1 more time. Inhaling. Exhaling, planting your left hand back onto the floor, stepping back, find your high plank, staying here in your high plank for a moment. Breathe, releasing your knees, releasing your toes, lowering down, elbows glued to your body. Inhaling, sneaking forward, rolling back your shoulders, pulling your hands towards your heart. Breathe. Lifting your hands, reaching back from your arms, lifting your thighs. Breathe. Planting your hands back under your shoulders, curling your toes, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog. Stay in your down dog. Remember, always available is your child pose when you need, spreading your fingers wide, rolling back your shoulders, bending your knees if you need so, to lengthening your spine. Breathe. Stepping your feet together, your left leg towards the ceiling with your inhaling. Stay in your down dog. You want to working your core, so you're rounding your spine, your knee meeting your nose. Inhaling, lifting up, lengthening spine. Exhaling, rounding, knee meeting your nose. Inhaling 2 more times. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, lifting up, opening your hip, bending your knee pointing towards the ceiling, gaze opposite armpit. Letting your knee guiding, bringing your knee back into your neutral, and then you're lengthening your left leg under your right, taking a big step, rooting down from your right hand, and letting yourself flipping open. Breathe. Exactly, you can releasing your knee if you need, and you want to work a tiny bit. You want to needling your arm under your left, inhaling, you're lifting up. Und via Petro, exhale. Inhaling, lifting, exhale. Inhaling, lifting, one more time. Exhaling, needling through. Last time, inhaling. Exhaling, planting your hand, stepping back, finding your high plank, staying here. You always can release your knees when you need. Breathe, bringing your hands towards the side, so your wrists facing each other. From here, you want to letting your heart sinking between your shoulders, inhaling, your heart pushing up. Exhaling, finding a bit more movement in your shoulders. Inhaling, pushing up. Exhaling. Inhaling, pushing up. Exhaling. Inhaling, pushing up. Bringing your hands back in your neutral position. Releasing your knees. Sinking between your elbows. Glued to your body. Inhaling in your mini cobra. Pulling your hands towards your heart. 10 toes into the floor, big toes touching, smiling in your heart. Breathe, releasing your arms, and at the same time you want to lifting your thighs. Breathe, pressing your belly button, pubic bone into the floor, locust. Breathe. Exhaling, planting your hands, curling your toes, lifting your seat, find your downward facing dog. Breathe, bending your knees, gaze between your hands, walking your feet forward between your hands, coming halfway. Exhaling, folding forward, inhaling, finding, standing up. Bring your hands over your head, prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes. Where is your awareness? Where is your attention? Are you outside, controlling, comparing, analyzing? Practice with your sensations, feeling every little movement you are taking. It is not about the perfection of asanas. It is about the sensing, the feeling senses. Your awareness, bring it in, daring to be aware of all little movements you're taking. Breathe, releasing your arms, sweep your arms over your head with your inhaling. Exhaling, folding forward, soft knees, strong thighs, stepping your right foot back, long runner's lunge, fingertips, inhaling. I remember we forgot something. Exhaling, in your downward facing dog, inhaling, in your high plank, pushing your heels, stay in your high plank, breathe. Pushing your left heel back, lifting your right leg, bending your right knee and bringing your right knee under your armpit and letting this knee sliding down towards your wrist. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhale. Inhaling, lifting up. Exhaling. Last time. Inhaling, lifting up. Stepping your right foot back, releasing your knees, lowering down. Inhaling in your mini cobra, stay 10 toes pressing into the floor, shoulders rolling back and down, reaching forward from your arms. Exhaling, your elbows glued to your body. Inhaling. Exhaling, lifting a tiny bit higher. Inhaling. Exhaling, lifting a tiny bit higher, planting your hands, curling your toes, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog, right leg lifting towards the ceiling. Exhaling, stepping your right foot between your hands, long runners lunge, gazing forward, long spine. Exhaling, both feet stepping together, coming halfway, hands on your knees, softening your knees, spreading your toes, lifting your heels and pushing with your heel back, lifting your toes, opening, spreading wide. Your knees are very soft. Your spine is very long. Bringing your hands behind your knees, giving yourself a bit of a good morning. Knees, letting your hands sliding along your shin bones, finding your hands behind on your Achilles tendon, inhaling, hands sliding, calf muscles onto your seat, pushing with your hands, your seat up, lengthening your legs. Do you have soft knees? Thighs active, Mula Bandha active, gazing forward. Exhaling, bringing your hands around on your thighs, lengthening, creating a bit more space in your inner groins. Do you feel your feet? Your knees soft? Exhaling, folding forward, hugging your elbows in your ragdoll, letting yourself swinging one side to the other side. Softening in your hips, your shoulders growing heavy, your neck is heavy. Releasing your arms, inhaling with one breath from your feet, your thighs, your chest, inhaling, exhaling, prayer, closing your eyes for a moment. Bring your awareness inward. Nourish yourself with every little breath. Releasing your arms. Sweep your arms over your head. Exhaling. Folding forward from your hips. Bending your knees. Stepping your left foot back. Long runner's lunge. Breathe. Gazing forward. Long spine. Breath. And Marie, see that you have your knee over your foot. Bring your foot a tiny bit further. Yes, a tiny bit more. Yeah, inhaling, gazing forward. Exhaling, stepping back in your downward facing dog, spreading your fingers. Rooting down from your 10 fingers, index finger and thumb. Inhaling, coming into your high plank, heart between your hands, activating your heels, lifting yourself out of your shoulders, gaining a bit more strength. And then from here, you're lifting your left leg, bending your knee comes under your left armpit, sliding down towards your wrist, inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, inhaling, lifting up, exhaling, one more time, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, lifting, stepping back, releasing your knees, lowering down, chin, chest, inhaling in your mini cobra, pulling your hands towards your heart, 10 toes pressing into the floor, inner thighs towards the ceiling, belly button, pubic bone, and you're reaching around, interlacing your fingers, pushing with your hands, lifting your chest. Pushing your hands towards your left side and gazing over your right shoulder. Inhaling back to neutral, pushing your hands towards your right side, gazing over your shoulder. Inhaling back to neutral, releasing your hands back onto the floor, turning your head to one side. One moment, letting go, yielding, connecting with Mother Earth. This wonderful, beautiful, protective energy, she is here for you all the time. Gravity, less effort needed. Inhaling, bringing awareness back towards your toes, belly button, pubic bone, lifting your chest, and you're bringing your hands on the back of your skull, spreading your elbows towards the side, rolling back your shoulders, lifting your heart, 10 toes into the floor, belly button, pubic bone, lengthening your spine, and from here you want to lifting your thighs, lifting your toes. Exhaling, releasing your hands under your shoulders, curling your toes, lifting your seat in your downward facing dog, stepping your feet together, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling, inhaling, exhaling, stepping your left foot between your hands, long runner's lunge, inhaling, exhaling, both feet together in front, coming halfway. Do you remember your feet, your toes, your heels, your knees soft, spine long, folding forward in your Uttanasana, letting your neck growing long. One breath, standing, long legs, long spine, one inhaling, exhaling, bringing your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes. Breathe, warrior flow. You want to release in your arms, sweep your arms over your head, exhaling, folding forward, bending your knees, stepping your left foot back, open it 45 degrees, left arm reaches forward, you windmill back while you're opening your torso, right arm over your right knee, breathe, bending your front knee a tiny bit more, spreading your fingers and gazing over your back arm, seeing the past where you are coming from, staying in your center, present, inhaling, gazing over your front arm. Maybe you have a sweet little vision for your future. Inhaling, center and exhaling. One more time over your back arm, bending your front knee a tiny bit more. Inhaling, gazing over your front arm, being aware, past, future, and you stay in your center, palm of your hand flipping open in your reversed warrior. Breathe, bending your knee even a tiny bit more, letting your knee stay over your foot. Breathe. Anastasia, bending your knee a tiny bit more. One more inhaling. Exhaling, coming back, second warrior, left, right elbow on your right knee, reach with your left arm over your head, pinky finger towards the floor. Breathe. You can lowering down your right arm inside of your right knee to help to stay open. Breathe. Inhaling, coming back into your second warrior, interlacing your fingers, turning your torso 45 degrees, opening your chest. Exhaling, humbled warrior, floating forward, inside of your right knee, bending your right knee even a tiny bit more. People used to the practice, you could find the bind, releasing your arms, your right arm inside your right knee, finding a bind and opening your torso towards the side. Breathe. When you want to try, Rachel, releasing this arm, yes, you want to finding a bind. And then you're opening your torso. Breathe. This is it. Breathe. Inhaling. Exhaling, releasing your arms, framing your front foot, stepping your left foot back. Inhaling, gazing forward, stepping back, swinging your right leg towards the ceiling. Inhaling, coming into your three-legged plank. Breathe, stay here. Maybe you want to come down. Chaturanga Dandasana. Releasing your foot, inhaling, upward facing dog, or you find your variation. Leah, observing your shoulders. Do not letting yourself falling into your shoulders. Stay always aware. Breathe, upward facing dog, exhaling. In your downward facing dog, breathe, stay in your down dog. Spreading your fingers, rolling back your shoulders, lengthening your spine, taking 3 horse breathing. So you're inhaling with your nose, you're exhaling, letting your lips hover. One more time, inhaling. From your belly, really letting yourself. One more time, inhaling and bending your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, walking, stepping forward. Inhaling, coming halfway. Exhaling, folding forward. Stay here, listen. Stepping your feet together. Letting your toes floating 45 degrees towards your left side. So you're facing with your toes the edge of your mat, your hands staying in front of you, you're bending your knees, lifting your heels, your right hand onto the floor, your left hand behind on the back of your skull, opening your torso. Breathe, your knees reaching towards the floor, balancing on your toes, opening your torso, your elbow. Breathe. Opening, oops, opening up even a tiny bit more from your chest, exhaling, releasing your left hand, turning your toes back and lifting your seat, stepping your feet together, breathe. Maybe you need your block that you can find your hands onto the floor and you would like to lifting your right leg towards the side, opening your right leg towards the side, spreading your legs wide. Breathe. Exhaling, planting your right foot back onto the floor. Your left leg reaches towards the side. Breathe. Breathe, exhaling, planting both feet onto the floor, lifting your heart, folding forward in your Uttanasana, hugging your elbows when you like, or stay in your Uttanasana, forward fold, surrender. Pressing your feet, lifting your heart with one breath in your standing, bring your prayer in front of your chest, closing your eyes. Where is your attention? Are you dispersed outside, getting bored, wanting to do something else? Do you feel it's challenging? Do you feel it's not challenging enough? Practice anyway, bringing attention, bringing awareness. This is why you are here. Observing these patterns of mind, these patterns of behaviors, letting it go. Nourishing yourself with every breath. Releasing your arms. The other side wanna work. Reach with your arms over your head. Exhaling. Folding forward from your hips, bending your knees, stepping your right foot back, open it 45 degrees, right arm reaches forward, windmill back, breathe, stay. Front knee is bending, front foot places forward. Maybe you want to bring your back toes a tiny bit more facing forward towards me. Yes, bending your front knee. Breathe, gaze over your back arm. See where you are coming from. Past, staying present, being aware, inhaling in your neutral and gazing over your front arm. One more time, you want to gazing back, past, present, future. Very aware of all what is. Palm of your hand, flipping open the front hand, and you find your reversed warrior. Breathe. Stay bent in your knee. Stay bent in your knee, Leah. Breathe, opening this whole stride. Breathe, smiling, breathing. Inhaling. Exhaling, planting your left elbow on your left knee, opening your arm over your head, pinky finger towards the floor. Please stay here, or maybe you can lowering down in your side plank. Adha Parshva Konasana. Inhaling, bring your right arm back without lifting your height. You're coming back in your second warrior, interlacing your fingers, turning 45 degrees, opening your chest, humbled warrior. Breathe. Maybe you want to find a bind, so you're letting your arms, releasing your left elbow under your left knee. Finding a bind, staying here, one more breath. Inhaling, exhaling, releasing, framing your front foot, turning your toes and stepping back into your downward facing dog, lifting your left leg towards the ceiling. Stay in your three-legged dog, or you want to come into your three-legged high plank. You can always releasing your leg or your knees, or you want to challenging yourself, folding your elbows glued to your body, releasing your foot, lifting your heart, exhaling in your downward facing dog, staying here, taking one deep inhaling from your nose, with your exhaling, opening your mouth and letting yourself inhaling with your nose, exhaling, inhaling your nose, exhaling. Stay here, one more breath. Inhaling, coming in your high plank. Exhaling, lowering down onto the floor, turning your head to the other side. You've been turning. Releasing. Bringing your arms on your side, palms of your hands facing up, connecting to Father Sky, front side of the body, connecting to Mother Earth, gravity. And we want to find a nice little back bending. So you do have a few options. The full pose is you're bending your knees, flexing your feet, rooting down, belly button, pubic bone, reaching, grabbing your ankles, making sure you do not letting your knees floating towards the side, and then you're pushing your shin bones, lifting your heart. When you know this is a tiny bit too much for you, then you can bring your elbows under your shoulders, your fingers spreading wide, your belly button and pubic bone pressing into the floor, rolling back your shoulders. And from here, you can bending your knees, flexing your feet, and lifting your heart. So this you can do as well. This is a much gentler back bending, not so challenging for your shoulders and your hips. Inhaling, taking the variation you would like, choosing, and then 2 more inhaling. Exhaling, inhaling. Exhaling, releasing. You don't want to releasing your feet, you're lowering down, pulling with your hands. Your heels towards your seat, pressing your belly button, your pubic bone into the floor. So you do not want to fall here into your lower back, pressing this back down. Breathe, and you want to lifting yourself up one more time, taking the variation you've been taking, flexing your feet, shooting back from your shin bones, lifting your heart, taking this one, or you have your elbows under your shoulders and you're flexing your feet, gazing up, lifting your thighs a tiny bit more, Pedro, lifting your thighs, this is it, lifting the thighs, breathe. Shooting back from your shin bone, one more breath. Exhaling, releasing, and you can bring your hands like a nice little cushion in front of your forehead and letting your tail swinging like a dog towards one side to the other side. Swinging your tail, releasing tension in lower back, being aware of your hips, your thighs. Bringing your hands back under your shoulders, lifting your heart, curling your toes, lifting your seat, downward facing dog, paddling your feet. Breath. Bending your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping, walking, stepping forward between your hands, inhaling, coming halfway, folding forward. Your toes want to turn towards your right side, lifting your heels, bending your knees. Your left hand stays on your side, and you want to lifting your right hand behind the back of your skull, opening your chest, releasing your knees towards the floor. It is a bit of a wobbly business here. Breathe. Breath. Breath. Finding this lengthening in your torso. You're opening up from your whole psoas muscle, the muscle of your soul. Exhaling, releasing your hand, swinging your knees back into your neutral, lifting your seat, stepping your feet together, and you want to opening your left leg towards the side. Really bringing your left leg, pressing your right into the floor. Breathe. One more breath. Exhaling, planting your left foot and lifting your right leg towards the side. Breathe. Exhaling, planting your foot, bending your knees, gazing forward, lowering down your seat, belly meets your thighs, letting your arms swinging like monkey arms, soft in your elbow, in your shoulders, strong in your core. Utkatasana, inhaling, your tailbone reaches between your heels, rolling back your shoulders. Bringing your prayer in front of your chest, lengthening your legs, hands on your hips. One balancing pose you want to take, your dancer. So you're stepping your feet together, lengthening your spine, bringing awareness towards your left side while you're lifting your right knee, grabbing with your hand, your ankle. Both knees want to meet. Flexing your foot, softening your left knee, spreading your toes, left arm over your head, index finger and thumb want to meet, bringing your knees together. You do not want to let your knee floating to one side. You're hurting your hip. So from here, you're pressing your hand into your ankles, shooting back from your shin bone, reaching forward from your heart. Breathe. Breath. Breath. One more inhaling. Exhaling. Coming back into your standing, lifting your right knee towards your chest, bending your left knee. I'm wobbly today. And opening your hip, planting your right foot on top of your left knee, your hands in prayer. Bending your knee a tiny bit more, as if you can sit back on a seat. You can stay here or your elbows reaching forward on your shin bone. You can stay here, you can releasing your arms and lengthening your left leg, or you stay where you are balancing. If you use to an arm balance, you can bending your knee, bringing your arms in front, planting your hands, gazing forward, and from here you come into your arm balance. So you're reaching back from your back leg. Breathe. Today I can't do. Breathe. Maybe you want to shooting back, or you coming back in your standing, planting your foot, hands on your hips, shaking your legs a tiny bit. When you've been shooting back, downward facing dog, and you're jumping forward, coming back in your Tadasana, standing, releasing your, not releasing, you're bringing your weight on your right side, lengthening from your top of your head, rooting down your foot, lifting your left knee, left hand grabbing your ankle, flexing your foot, lifting your right arm, index finger and thumb. Breathe, and you're coming forward. You want to shooting back. Stay with your knees, hips, gazing forward from your heart. Breathe, smiling. And Anastasia, bring your knee a tiny bit more. Yes, this is it. Breathe, very good. Breathe. One more inhaling. Stay one more exhaling in your pose. Inhaling, coming back into your neutral, letting your knee floating forward, lifting it up, bending your right, opening your hip, planting your hands. You can stay here, balancing, letting your hip opening, or you're bending your knee, Shooting back from your seat, bringing your elbows in front of your shin bones. Variations, releasing arm, lengthening your leg. Stay, or you want to try coming into an arm balance. For your arm balance, your arms coming forward, your left arm under your left knee, your right arm under your right ankle. You need to gazing forward. And then from here, you want to bring in your right leg, reaching back, breathe. When you are in your arm balance, you can shooting back, finding a vinyasa, or you're coming back into your standing, your hand in front of your chest, planting your foot, lengthening both of your legs, hands on your hips, shaking a tiny bit in your hips. Great. Opening your feet a bit further than hip widths apart, softening your knees, arms releasing, and from your belly button, you want to swinging a bit more softening. You want to releasing, slowing down, using the strength we've been gaining to slowing down, opening and stretching. And as a big pendulum, you're floating back into your neutral, stepping your feet, hip widths apart, arms on your side, sweep your arms over your head, exhaling, folding forward, bending your knees. Maybe you want to jumping back, taking one more vinyasa, or you want to walking your feet back and finding your downward facing dog. So choose what you would like to do. Let's meet everyone in downward facing dog. Stay here. Breathe. Bending your knees. Flow into your child pose, your fingers meeting your toes, forehead meeting the floor, releasing yourself forward. Tucking your tailbone in, rolling up your spine. Vertebra for vertebra, come in your kneeling. And from here, your knees want to stay together. You're opening your legs, so your heels coming towards the side, helping with your hands, bringing your calf muscles towards the side. Maybe for some people, this is really difficult in knees. Please use a block, a blanket, a cushion. You can sit with your seat. So to help yourself to come a tiny bit higher. You do not want to hurt yourself in your knees. Bringing your heels next to your hips, planting your hands on your soles of your feet, closing your eyes for a moment. With this soft touch of your hands, maybe you can letting go this holding back in your ankles, in your hips, long spine. You can stay here, or you're walking your hands back. When you have your seat on something, you want to lifting it up and bring it a tiny bit more forward, that you can coming down with your whole spine onto the floor, making sure you do not fall into your lower back here. Your lower belly, your lower spine want to come onto the height you've been creating, that you do not fall into your lower back. You can bring your elbows and you stay with your elbows, or you can lowering down a tiny bit further. You can bring your arms around, palms of your hands facing forward, facing towards the ceiling. And as last, you can bring your hands under the back of your skull, spreading your elbows wide. Breathe. Stay in any variation you are. Breathe. These thighs carrying so much tension, so much resisting. Letting the thighs energize. Breathe. One more deep inhaling. Exhaling wherever you are, maybe on your elbows or you've been laying down. Coming back in your sitting, reaching forward from your heart, planting your hands, curling your toes. You want to stretching out your legs. Breathe, softening knees. Breathe. Bending your knees, gaze between your hands, hopping or jumping through. If you would like, you want to coming down to your seat. So you can jumping through, I can't demo, or you're jumping between your hands and lengthening your legs. Pushing with your hands, your flesh towards the side to make sure you're sitting on your sit bones. When you know you are a tiny bit short, please rooting down from your heels, pulling these heels towards your seat, bending your knees that you find a long spine. Arms on your side, staff pose. Inhaling your arms over your head, reaching forward from your heart, folding forward, letting go your neck. Paschimottanasana, forward folding, west side stretch. Stay flex with your feet, slowing down. Inhaling, reaching forward from your heart. Exhaling, coming back into your sitting. So you have two choices. People use two headstand. You can take your headstand in any variation you would like to take, or you have three choices in fact. Or you're coming into your shoulder stand. We want to take one inversion. So please choose headstand, shoulder stand. When you want to come in your shoulder stand, you bring your hand on your kidneys, and from here maybe you want to play later bringing your legs over your head. If you don't want to do headstand, if you don't want to do shoulder stand, please bring a height. It's better a block, but you can use a blanket as well when you don't have a block. You can bring a height under your hips and letting your legs releasing like this. Maybe you need to bend your knees. When you need to bend your knees, you bring your weight from your knees over your hips. So please choose what you would like to do. If you would like to come into your headstand, you can choose making this nice little nest, grabbing from your elbows, interlacing fingers, bringing your head in, your hands curling your toes, lifting your seat, walking your toes closer, and then from here you're bringing your knees over your hips, lengthening your legs. Breathe. Wherever you are, breathe. Please don't take it as a competition. Maybe you bring your feet on a plug, your hips on a plug, completely fine. Maybe you want to take a shoulder stand and playing with your legs, or you're taking your headstand. Stay, breathe. When you are in your shoulder stand, maybe you want to start coming into your plow pose, your feet over your head. Please only release your hands when you have your feet touching the floor. People, when you are in your headstand, maybe you want to coming into your forearm plank. So you're letting yourself floating back, come into your forearm plank, and then from here, you're coming into your child pose. When you are in your plow, slowly bringing your hands back onto your hips, and with your legs nice and long, you're coming back onto the floor, vertebra for vertebra, hugging your knees towards your chest, staying here for a moment. For some people, inversions, pulling a lot on back, on the spine, on discs. So you want to give yourself a moment, releasing this pulling, softening in your spine. Planting your feet onto the floor, opening your arms towards your side, stepping your feet together, letting your knees floating towards your right side, gazing over your left shoulder. Breathe. Your shoulders releasing your chest, your rib cage. Staying here for 1, 2 more deep breaths. Inhaling, bringing your knees back into your neutral and letting your knees floating towards your left side, gazing over your right shoulder. You want to gently slowing down. And with a gentle twisting, you're giving yourself a neutralizing energy to neutralize any tension you might create. Releasing your shoulders, soft and surrender in all what is. Inhaling, bringing your knees back into your neutral, hugging your knees towards your chest, rounding your spine, squeeze your body, planting your feet back onto the floor and flow from here into your Shavasana, letting your legs growing long, your shoulders under, over, so your shoulder blades, under your shoulders, palms of your hands facing up, closing your eyes, wetting your lips with your tongue, and letting yourself swallow. Softening your lips, softening your tongue, softening your face, releasing concentration, finding your natural breath, this natural flow, the way we started. Your shoulders softening, your arms growing heavy, your fingers maybe wanna curling in. Your spine long, your hips heavy. Allowing yourself to be refreshed in every moment. When you bring your awareness towards yourself, you're refreshing yourself in every little moment. This constant judging, comparing, evaluating, making life difficult. Letting yourself soft.
There is a hole in my sidewalk, autobiography in 5 short chapters by Portia Nelson. Chapter 1. I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in. I am lost. I am helpless. It isn't my fault. It takes forever to find a way out. Chapter 2. I walk down the street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I fall in again. I can't believe I am in the same place, but it isn't my fault. It still takes a long time to get out. Chapter 3. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I see it is there. I still fall in. It is a habit, but my eyes are open. I know where I am. It is my fault. I get out immediately. Chapter 4. I walk down the same street. There is a deep hole in the sidewalk. I walk around it. Chapter 5. I walk down another street. And gently starting to connecting back with your breath. Letting your breath become stronger and fuller. Feeling this inner movement and finding this movement in your fingers, in your toes. Letting your toes start to play, your fingers start to play. Maybe this moves into spontaneous movements like a stretching, like a sweet little hug, or you're feeling ready to folding in your knees, flowing to your right side, or there is a movement missing you're longing for. And with your left hand in front of your chest, press yourself up and find a comfortable seat. Can be kneeling, cross-legged, any seat you feel comfortable with right now. Planting your hands in front of your chest in Anjali Mudra, closing your eyes. And remembering your only guide you have in this super challenging time is yourself. So many opinions cruising around about what is happening, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what you have to be doing. Your own guide lives in you, feeling, sensing, being what you are. And to finish and seal this practice, let's finishing with one deep, long sounding Om, starting together with a deep inhaling. Thank you very much for practicing yoga with me this morning. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Namaste. Namaste.